Jason Todd, aka Red Hood, is probably and more than likely the most screwed up man in the whole DC universe next to the Joker, but what do you expect being the Joker's pawn? Jason Todd was a Robin. In fact, he was the second Robin introduced in the 80s, I believe the late 80s to be in fact. He was brought off the street under the name of Jason Todd. He was founded by Batman after, if I believe correctly, he was trying to take something from the Batmobile. Batman interpreted the kid, and the kid said, well, I'm growing up on the streets, and I have no place to go. Batman decided, I will bring you in and make you my apprentice. And the rest was history. But Jason, compared to Damian, Jason done more fucked up shit than Damian. Jason have almost killed people and legitimately have broken their bones and have done a lot of screwed up shit to them in his time as Robin, even more so than Damian. But Bruce taught Damian restraint compared to his League of Assassins training. Meanwhile, Batman, I don't think barely told Jason Todd anything rather than, that wasn't right. And Jason's like, well, he fucking deserved it. He's fucking scum. That's my version of justice. I don't know what yours is, but mine involved breaking this guy's neck and almost killing him. Justice! Okay, well. We'll go with this. We'll roll with it. Anyways, there was a time and event called, and I believe it was either after or before the death of Superman, which both Death in the Family and the death of Superman were big, high impact moments for DC. They're two of the most biggest high impact, right next to The Killing Joke and Nightfall. So, here you have, back in the day, you had a phone number that you contacted and you would vote. You would vote Jason stays alive, somehow, maybe surviving the blast of explosion, or you killed him off. Now let me explain this really quickly. Jason was kidnapped by the Joker, taken to Arkham Asylum where Joker done some pretty fucked up shit to him. I mean, seriously. He had other villains like Catman and King Cobra, or King Snake, dress up as Batman and pound the crap out of Jason Todd, beating him both physically and mentally, and that was just beyond Bar's head. Even when Jason pleaded for his life, pleaded for him to be let go, pleaded to do anything for the Joker to forgive him, Joker still held him there and killed him. And the ending vote was killed off Jason Todd. Look, after we had, Dick Grayson, who went on to become leader of the Teen Titans, yeah, I think, nobody wanted Jason around, really, because it was like a 90% of people said, kill Jason. That's just as simple as that. But then, Batman started to regret against himself, including when he brought on, Tim Drake, who had his own running series from 1993 until 2009, a pretty long-lasting series. 13 years, something like that. So, that's what they did. And it boggles the mind to even really think of what they did. And it's like, okay, Jason was dead. He was dead for a long time until someone at DC decided, hey, you remember that Robin that used to beat people up and beat the snot out of people? Yeah, what about him? Why don't we kill him? That's a great idea! That's a very terrible idea. Why would you do that? So they killed off Jason Todd. So they brought back Jason Todd using the Lazarus Pit. Now, if you remember from the animated series, the comic books, and even the video game, the Lazarus Pit isn't something that you should be using, because every time it brings someone back, they go, and it's not exactly the best thing in the world. So, yeah, it's very, very bad. So Jason was brought back even more psychotic than ever. I mean, he really, when he was brought back, lost his mind and went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, if you're gonna compare great Batman villains to one another, between both Joker and Red Hood, Red Hood is just a little bit over Joker for things that he's done. I mean, he's killed people without repercussion, and so did Joker, but not in the same sense. What I mean is, Joker will probably go through some extreme measures, maybe screw up a guy, maybe break his leg or whatever, but not fully kill them or whatever. Jason, on the other hand, you piss him off, you better move out of Gotham, or you just better move to the frickin' ocean so he can't find you. Because once you piss Jason off, you're gone. And here's the thing, Jason basically at this moment had PTSD. He is basically also suffering from schizophrenic, and not only that, but because of the Lazarus Pit, he's even more crazy than he was when he was getting treatment from fucking Joker. So he is beyond help by this point. I would love to see his therapy bill because that would be skyrocketed. So why would Jason be a great villain for Batman, and why should he be considered so dangerous? Not just from the mental standpoint, but because he knows all of Batman's weaknesses. He knows who he's related to, he knows who he works for, he knows who's close to him. He knows where to hurt him. In the game of Batman Arkham Knight, everything Jason planned against Batman worked against him. Kidnapping Oracle, getting Jim Gordon pissed off at him, ruined the streets of Gotham. He had this all planned with Scarecrow in the Arkham Knight game, that even taking on a different persona so Batman would never know who he was, on the attempt to try to kill him. And when it didn't work, even though, yeah, he saved him, he still couldn't kill him. He's conflicted. But why? Why can't Jason just say, enough is enough, old man, and pull the trigger? He had countless times to do that. But instead, he outmatched him in hand-to-hand combat. What's the reason? Because there is something that is holding Jason back. Yes, he could be a very great villain, but there's just one thing that holds him back from this, and I wish that they would just get rid of it. His love for Batman. See, because Batman or Bruce Wayne brought him in, gave him love, a house, gave him a partnership by working as Robin, gave him almost everything he could ask for. And when he died, he lost all faith in those who worked for him. Even Dick Grayson. Batman became so distant from Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson, or Batgirl and Nightwing, that they would never come around him. Even Alfred he was so distant with at the time. This was such a big, impactful moment on his life that even still to this day in comic books, he still can't forgive himself for what had happened, because he lost another part of his family. He lost someone who he loved. And Jason, he loved like a son. Makes it easy. So, in that point, he snapped as well, because also he lost his parents. I'd love to discuss the mental factor of Batman at a different point, and if not this October, I would love to discuss it in the future, and I think it would be a very interesting episode to really go into the mental capacity of what Batman is going through. Jason Todd would be a really great villain, if only that some of the writers at DC would pull their heads out of their ass and learn how to do it right. Have Jason Jason will still not forgive Batman. Yes, he will protect him if the time ever comes necessary, but he still doesn't forgive him deep down inside. He still wants to see Batman dead, and he'd probably his head on a golden platter, more or less. But because Jason is a lethal force to be reckoned with that knows how to use martial arts and lots of guns, Jason is not meant to be messed with, my friends. He is not. And if he ever did become part of the Rogues, he would be a very deadly rogue. You would see him killing people left and right, and he'd be on the original list right up there with Deathstroke and Deadshot. So, what do you guys think about Jason Todd? Do you think he should stay with the Bat family as the mental psycho that he is, or how do you think that he should join the rogues and say fuck it and become basically a pawn under the Joker? Or maybe he'll rule over the Joker. You make the call. I would love to hear some feedback. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can join me at Twitter with the link down in the description below. Check out some more of my other horror videos I've worked on so far this year. And I want to say thank you guys so much again for watching. And I will see you all in the next episode. See ya.